Hey everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns with another indoor field test shooting video. Today we're looking at the WE 1911, and this is an airsoft gas blowback pistol. I have done my tabletop video for this pistol, so check that out for details, specification, close-up video. This gun is in our Canada store over at replicaairguns.ca. We do have other 1911s in our US store over at replicaairguns.us. So if you're interested in this product, check out the link in the description. I'll put links there for you guys to purchase. All right, so let's get right to it. Let's find out what kind of FPS we're gonna get. I'm gonna use the long barrel first because that's what it comes with. That should get it up and over 360 FPS. Using 0.20 gram airsoft BBs. It's pretty warm in here. I'd say about 20, just over 20 degrees Celsius, whatever that works out to in Fahrenheit. And I've got, I've got it all loaded up with gas. We got the cranny ready. Let's see what we can get. And then I'm gonna switch it up to the shorter barrel just to see if that makes a big difference. Boy, I'm having trouble seeing the sights. My eyes are getting so bad here. 387, so yeah, up and over 360 for sure. 381, 379. We'll do one more. Okay, I'm gonna put it on safe because I want to take this barrel out. 384, so nice and in the 380s. Okay, let's switch this up. Take it off safe. We should have one in the chamber. Let's see what the FPS drops to with the short barrel here. 301, 299, 300. So that's a pretty good indication. 3 to 4 rounds is good enough to get an idea. We've got a little bug friend over here. What's he doing over there? Anyways, we got all kinds of friends, outside bunny friends, and we got bugs inside. I got, you know, it's a sea can. What do you expect? Anyway, so about 300 to about 380. So we're looking at an 80 FPS difference with the different barrels. Now I'm going to put the long barrel on for the target portion of the test, just because it doesn't have basically you can look at it here, it doesn't have the threading on the tip here. So if you have threading on the tip here, that's going to influence the accuracy a little bit. So I'm going to put this back on and use this longer barrel for the accuracy, just so we don't have the threading disrupting the airflow from that shorter threaded barrel that's in there at this time. All right, let's move to the target portion and see what kind of accuracy we get out of the WE 1911 pistol. I've got my target all set up 30 feet downrange, fresh paper target. We have 10 rounds loaded up with the extension barrel, again, because it doesn't have the threads on the end and I don't want any airflow disruption. We'll take it off safe. We've got one in the chamber, so we don't need to rack it. A little hard to see these silver sights. There's not too much to these 1911 A1 sights, especially when they're silver on a light colored background, but we'll do the best we can. I'm going to shoot a little bit low just because I'm thinking this gun's shooting high from my cranny, and let's see what happens. Maybe a little left, but let's see what happens. Okay, it actually, I think, was shooting pretty close to where I was aiming. Yeah, I actually should have shot higher. So I was aiming, it doesn't matter. I was aiming right about here. So they were shooting elevation-wise pretty close because I was like kind of like right in this area. And then, you know, one came over here, but we'll throw that one out. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's a weird BB. But you can see they grouped right in here. That's about 2 inches, so 2.5 inches, we'll say. It would be nice to get them a little over to the right, but horizontal. But in terms of elevation, if I had been aiming exactly for the center bullseye, I just thought this gun was shooting high because I didn't see too many low shots when I did the cranny test. They seemed like they were shooting higher, but that's okay. Again, elevation-wise, good. A little to the left, so you'd have to set your aim point a little to the right to compensate for that, since these sights are non-adjustable. But at 30 feet out, shooting somebody, a torso-sized target, if you're aiming for center mass here, you would have no problem hitting that person, because it's really only shooting just maybe 1.5 inches to 1 inch to the left, and elevation wise is bang on. If you're shooting further out, you could adjust hop up to maybe get it up a little higher. But the gun shot nice. The triggers are always great on these 1911s. Again, watch the tabletop video for specifications, details, close-up video. Gun performed well though, got decent FPS, especially with the extension on there. And got a decent grouping. 2.5 inches with an airsoft pistol isn't fantastic, but it's not bad either. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also check out our Canada and US online stores over at replicaAirguns.ca for Canada, replicaAirguns.us for the US, where we have air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories. And of course, our blog at replicaAirguns.com, where you'll find written reviews, photos, all that information there, all kinds of stuff, and links to the videos, of course. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.